Yes.
That actually hurt. Welcome, one and all, to our Week 13 Game Man's Fantasy Football League Power Rankings. The spiciest video of the week every week. Do you want to start with our league number 12?
I was going to sneeze, but I didn't.
I was going to say bless you, but I didn't.
It's Bays.
It's
Who
Bays.
would have thought? Bays
Bays.
is still the worst,
The
but
Pittsburgh Feelers.
he has a chance to change his fate.
Has a chance.
Would you?
I don't think he would.
I don't think he will. I think he'll be in the dress.
He needs about 150 to 200 points, and he also needs Daniel to score about,
50.
40 to 60 points for him to have a chance
To change his
to
fate.
change his fate and not be our league number 12. But for now, he stays in that spot. And we went through all year with our power rankings on the page, but we've run out of space. So we've started anew. Hopefully they don't pause it right there, zoom in, and see the rest of the names. Because I just spoiled it. I just realized that. But I got postseason down there too, because that's just around the corner. But yeah, Bays is number 2. Not much more to go in there. He does have the MVP on his team, though, Brock Purdy. You're not supposed to burp while we're on camera.
What? Why?
League number 11, though.
Excuse me.
Is Daniel. Daniel is our league number 11. I mean, he's been there for a while, but he just had his best week of the season. Another great week, and he might be number 10. If especially if you suck.
Yeah. That's very, very super possible.
It could happen. May happen. Might not happen, though. The Decoy Pizzeria put a whooping on one of his best mates in the league. It was Colmore, who just is so unlucky. Colmore's got the most points, but he also has the most points scored on him. Super unlucky, the most unlucky, but maybe you're starting too many Browns. That's probably the reason why.
Probably why.
If I had to make a guess. Anything to say about Daniel? I mean, CJ Stroud, the man.
Yeah.
On pace for 5,000 yards in his rookie season.
Next goat.
Oh my God, he's so good. But that brings us to our number 10.
Yeah, this next guy, he's got a great roster, but they just never perform. It's me. You'd think between Stephon Diggs, Sam Laporta, Tank Dell, Travis Etienne, you could get a win or two in there. You can get 4 all season.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Could
I
be 4.
suck.
Yeah. Blake has been very unlucky. I mean, he's right. A lot of great players in there, but they just haven't played up to their par. It's almost like Hale earlier in the season. That's where you're at now. A lot of great guys, just not. The locker room is just kind of lost at this point.
Christian Kirk,
they don't really believe
dead.
in the coach
Tank
anymore.
Dell, dead. Aaron Jones,
What?
dead. Sam Howell, bye.
It's tough to see, man.
DeAndre Swift.
Buys in week 14 are the most disgusting thing ever. I have my
Dead.
QB and one of my wide receivers on bye, and I might need both of them, so I'm a little bit irritated. But Russ will cook. Both ways. That works for me and Russell Wilson. Anyway,
Let Russ cook.
that brings us to our number 9. It's Andrew. Sadly, it's Andrew. It was a toss-up between him and Hale. Same records. He does have a lot more points than Hale, but Hale just looks a little bit better right now, even after putting up 184 and getting Jetta's back. It's just hard. It's hard to make these rankings. No, it's on the other side of that. It's hard to make these rankings this far into the season with so many good weeks and bad weeks behind you and not much left in front of you, i.e. these guys sitting at 9 and 8.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, best week of the season. Absolutely insane for Andrew.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was a crazy week. Watch
Great
last
week.
video.
Just lost Pacheco, so I mean, he went and picked up the GOAT, Jerick McKinnon, a guy that led me to a fantasy championship last year. It's right there. But yeah, I mean, Andrew, great win. Might be too late, but this did just put him right back into the playoff race. He's probably got around a 5% chance to make it, so we shall see.
So you're saying there's a chance.
Tell him about this guy's chance.
Number 8 here is Hale Pinheiro, RRR, the rebrand. Ever since rebranding, his team's really stepped it up, man.
I see a lot of red, though.
A lot of red. Not this last week, dude. Everyone underperformed, from Justin Herbert to Keenan, from Jahmyr Gibbs to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Just everyone except Mike Evans.
Mike Evans.
the GOAT,
1,000-yard season, 10 in a row.
the Messiah, Mike Evans, was the only bright spot on Hale's team this week. He's really going to have to hope for a few particular things to happen this next week to make the playoffs, but his team is good overall.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got a chance.
He's got a chance to change his fate. I wish he traded Jordan Addison so I could see that guy on the field, you know. Just can't play that guy when you got 3 wide receiver ones.
That's true.
But yeah, that's why Hale's at number 8. He actually has less of a chance to make the playoffs because he's got less points than Andrew, but, you know, they'll probably be switched or in the same spot unless something crazy happens. That brings us to number 7. It's
crazy
Carter.
ones.
It's Carter. Another loss. Like I said in our league matchup reviews, 1-4 in his last 5. Very disappointing stuff. Where's that matchup? Played me this week. So you tell us about this matchup.
Yeah, you know, Kyron Williams has really come back to save for Russell's team.
I love him so much.
Kyron versus Royce Freeman, easy dub for us. Chuba Hubbard was pretty solid for Carter this week. Him and Jalen Hurts were about all Carter had going for him, though. And Puka Nacua, actually, despite being injured, still put up 20 points. Did that mostly in the first
King
quarter.
Vamp. Come on, man.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, I mean, this was a great win for me. Put me into that 2-seed race with Ryan. Hollywood, goose egg for me. Royce Freeman, goose egg for Carter. That guy got like no touches.
Good.
Jaden Reed also, you know, he said a lot before that Sunday night football matchup, and the Packers actually came out and busted open the Chiefs, busted them right open.
Yeah.
Just hammered them.
Busted
hard.
that pussy.
Put Jordan Love up on those QB rankings. Hopefully the Packers fans are satisfied, but Ben probably thinks he's S tier.
He's not yet.
Not yet. Kind of looked like it, but back to this. So, I mean...
But we need more.
Yeah, we need more, you know. Jaden Reed just couldn't get it done on Sunday night, but Evan Ingram could get it done on Monday night. And that was the reason I won. And that's also the reason Carter's at number 7. Right outside the playoff race, still in it on Sleeper with points scored, but a tough matchup against our league number 1. Will he make the playoffs? Will he not? Under a 50% chance right now, which brings us to our playoff teams, or what we think, going into week 14. Number 6, Hunter.
Gunther still won't
Gunther,
show
man.
up. You know, he's on a 4-loss.
4 in a row.
Yeah. Real embarrassing, man. I mean,
That's really bad.
the poor guy. He
Is
was
it 3 in a row or 4 in a row? Wasn't he 7-3? He's 7-6 now.
I think it's 4 in a row for Hunter.
Andrew got onto us earlier in the year for false.
Just three.
False bullshit that we spewed. You know, fake media shit. You know, I just wanted to be sure. So it was 3 in a row. He's dropping them like flies. Hunter's faltering right now. He's worried. He's got to be worried. He's right on that playoff cusp right now.
Yeah, man,
so.
Hunter's team's just been disappointing between Patty and Austin Eckler being your first 2 picks and just sucking it up. T. Higgins being your 3rd-round pick, sucking it up all year.
I mean, dude, losing to Bays is just a team killer right now. I know he's having trouble in that locker room right now.
Hunter's 5th-round pick, Alexander Madison, sucks all year, man. I can't believe you got as many wins as you did, and then you traded your best ADP value player, Mike Evans, your 7th
Kamara
round
was...
pick.
Wait, when did he take Kamara?
The round before Mike, 6.
So, Mike Evans better pick because he's played all year. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at least he hit in those rounds. That's why he's alive. Hitting in those rounds means a lot more than hitting in the top rounds.
That's true, but
In my
not
humble
hitting at
opinion.
all in the top rounds, completely bricking in the top rounds will fuck you and make
True.
you lose 3 in a row
True.
and question if you'll even make the playoffs
True.
anymore.
Very true. And that's right where he is right now at number 6, which brings us to number 5. A guy that's been doing nothing but winning up until this last week. They faced Ryan. It's Ben. Ben is our number 5 team. I mean, he's been great for the last month and a half. That's why he's up here in the top 5. That's why he's put himself in this playoff
Up
race.
with the big dogs.
But he's got above a 50% chance at
Because
making it.
Ben won 3 trades with me this year.
Yes. Trade raping this guy right to my right.
No, not trade raping.
Well-
Just, he won them.
He won these trades against you.
Gave me Aaron Jones.
I mean, and getting Dak. That's the biggest trade, though. That's the biggest trade
Yes.
for Ben. Getting Dak from Daniel for Jake Ferguson was the trade of the year, probably. You know, he traded for an MVP candidate. So that put him right into the playoff hunt, which is where he sits now at number 5. Losing Ramondre stinks, though.
Yeah.
But he
Does.
did pick up Zeke. He did get Zeke, so maybe he's fine. Which brings us to number 4. He's going to be pissed. You announced number 4 because I did last week.
Number 4, Cole Moore. That's right. You want to be top 2. You're not 2. You're 4.
Yeah. Points scored are one thing.
Notice
but
someone's
wins
name we haven't
matter.
said yet. Get madder.
Mm-hmm. Get angry, man.
Cole, you've got a solid team, man. Tyreek Hill is carrying most of the weight.
Mm-hmm. He plays for 3 people every week.
And he's a stud. He does a good job at it.
Does a great job.
Javante's been, solid for you, but Drake London, Njoku. Goddard's coming back. That could be huge for the playoffs. You really need that.
And JSN's kind of ascending right now, which is also huge.
Good
Also
time for him
huge.
to do it for you.
I mean, if anyone's going to win a fantasy championship for Cole Moore, he wants it to be an Ohio State guy. Maybe a Browns guy too, obviously. But
Jackson
an
Smith,
Ohio State guy, a rookie. If he was to lead Cole to the promised land, I mean, that's immediately his favorite player. No question.
I'd expect to see him in
No question.
a JSN jersey.
He probably
ASAP.
already has a JSN jersey, but he sits at number 4 because he's 7-6 and is super unlucky. Simple as that. Wins matter, unless you're the college football committee. FSU.
Scumbags.
That stinks.
College football sucks.
Unfair.
That's not what this is about.
Oh, that's gonna piss off Hunter. Anyway, moving to our number 3 team.
Good.
It's a me. I'm a bit biased, so I wanted to be in the 2 spot, in the bye spot. But, just brutal honesty, comparing the 2, 8, 5 teams, the other guy, I don't want to spoil it, he knows who he is slightly above me right now. Especially with K9 not playing the last couple weeks. I need my Seahawks stud coming back to bolster my roster. Also, Russ Wilson, Kyler Murray. I don't have the best QBs. I got plug-in QBs at the moment.
Kyler's pretty good.
Kyler's great. He's just a scrambler. He's Mr. Fourth Quarter. He did have a crappy week last week, though.
That's
so.
true.
And they had a great game offensively, too. They just had a crappy week.
James Conner had to
Monty,
put in all that
though.
work.
I have Monty, Kyron. Oh, those are my boys. Love them. Come on. Spice up my team a little bit.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb is playing like a hands down, no question wide receiver 1, which I remember in the beginning of this season, people were saying CD couldn't be the wide receiver 1 on the Dallas Cowboys. He wasn't the guy. He needed someone like Des Bryant.
That was just Joe Schmo, man. Just saying shit,
Well, they were wrong. All the
Super
Joes
wrong.
and Schmoes were wrong. CD has been goated this year, carrying Russell's fantasy team with Kyron now. A nasty
Thank you,
duo.
Ryan.
Evan
You
Ingram.
really got to thank Ryan more than anybody for CeeDee Lamb.
Evan
Oh,
Ingram
boy.
had his first touchdown of the year, best game of the year.
I know. That when they
Without
said that
Christian
was his first
Kirk,
touchdown.
Without Christian Kirk, he could really have a great rest of the season.
That would be great for me.
Could be a little more involved. Looks really good for Russell. And, like you said, K9 coming back would be huge for him. Throw him in at flex, that's dangerous.
Oh, yeah. But that brings us to our number 2. It's Ryan.
Why White?
It's Ryan White. This guy just, always picks up W's, man. Always in the playoff race. Always has a good team. Always
So
trades
annoying.
with everybody.
So
And at the end of the year, the team's really good. And it's just, it's the worst, But that's why he's at number 2. Great looking team. Probably the best wide receivers in the league. Let me find it for you because I know you're blanking right
He's
now.
got A.J. Brown,
And Jamar. And Olave.
Jamar Chase, Chris Olave.
I mean, there's no... Oh, that's too good. And getting Kincaid for Andrews. Oh.
It's huge.
That was probably the trade of the year right there, honestly. I mean, there's so many great trades this year.
Less than 24 hours before injury. Yeah, I mean, that's
Just
huge.
wild.
Yeah.
Just wild. It was like less than 12 hours. It was the day of. It was the day of the game.
Morning
man. It was-
time, man.
That's crazy, man. Ryan's just... He's a fantasy guru. He should be on
Bijan's
the show
finally
with us.
getting utilized by Arthur Smith, which is huge for Ryan.
Well, didn't get many. I mean, the Jets, too. That's a hard team to do good against. Their defense is just
Just
so
the
good.
touches are finally there. He's not getting
Yeah.
10, and Algier's getting 15.
Yeah.
Patterson's coming
Rashad
in
White,
getting 7 more.
also the RB5 on the whole year.
Yeah, Rashad White used to be on my roster. Anyways, Josh Allen's about to come back off bye for Ryan, locked
Yeah.
into the lineup. That looks huge for him. Deontay Johnson with this new offense for the Steelers could be pretty solid if he needs the depth. Ryan's got a good team overall.
Mhm.
Hate to say it.
We got a few a few champions going into the playoffs. We may just have our first double champ. May just have it. We'll double champ for the trophy. Some of us are double champs already. Anyway, that brings us to our number 1 team. A guy that can use the double champ.
You know him, you hate him. He's been number 1 all year. It's
All
real
year long.
deal. Squeal Neil Davis.
The real deal. He really is the real deal. There's no one better.
Oh, actually,
Arguably. McCaffrey.
I'd
That's
argue.
what I meant. That's what I meant.
And
not Neil.
I would argue that
I
Neil
meant McCaffrey.
will be quickly eliminated from the playoffs after his first round bye
Why do you say that?
because his opponents have averaged statistically the least amount of points against him
Mhm.
all year long
Mhm.
by a wide margin.
Mm-hmm.
Christian McCaffrey is his lone bright spot with Breece Hall and Adam Thielen slowing down significantly. Christian McCaffrey is really carrying the weight. His quarterback's Jared Goff, who could give you 4 turnovers any given week. I mean, Neil hasn't had to put up a lot of points in his wins, and he hasn't been putting up a lot of points in his wins. So I think he'll go up against a team putting up 140, 150 and get knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I
But
think.
wins matter. He's 11-2, heavily favored against Carter this week.
First round bye. That's a
First
one
round
less
bye,
game than
locked
everybody
in,
else.
super locked in. So that's why he's at number 1.
Yep.
I don't think Ryan is gonna put up 100 points against you in the playoffs, though. So you better fucking put the team in a corner and give them the best pep talk you can possibly muster, Neil, because the playoffs are around the corner. But you're still number 1. That brings us to the end of our power rankings. We appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll see you next week.
Arigato.
There you go.